So the NFL had one of the most intense voting processes it's had in years, and it turns out Jerry Jones was right in the middle of it, but he failed to make his sale. What is up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. Today we are talking what the rest of the NFL is talking about, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles Tush Push. And the reason why is the owners finally voted on the matter. It was tabled in May because the NFL was clearly making a push towards banning the Eagles' signature play, and they had to tweak the language. They had to swing some votes, some straight up politics stuff right there. And ultimately, they didn't get the votes. It was very close, though. The league was 2 votes short of banning the Tush Push. They needed 24. They only got 22. And it was dramatic in more ways than one. I'll give you an example. The Eagles brought in Jason Kelce to talk to owners about how the play was not that dangerous and how the mechanics of the play actually worked. According to multiple reports, Jeffrey Lurie, the Eagles owner, and Kelce talked to other owners for about 45 minutes. They had an entire podcast, and then they got into voting. And obviously, this is a relevant topic for every NFL team, particularly so for the Cowboys, because they play in the NFC East. They have to face the Eagles twice a year. And while I don't think removing this play would have really impacted the Eagles a whole lot, it would have been an advantage for the Cowboys if that was removed from the equation, just because the Eagles are so good at it. Now, I have my personal opinions on the matter. I think it was right not to vote it out just because I don't think it's fair. I don't love the play. I think it's a boring play at the end of the day, but I also think it would be unfair to just ban the Eagles from doing it. But the other reason, and perhaps the most important one that I wanted to talk about this today, is that while one side of the equation had Jason Kelce defending the Tush Push, the other side had Jerry Jones talk to the owners as well. And since then, it's been confirmed that Jerry Jones was arguing against the Tush Push in favor of the ban, because there were only 10 teams voting for the Tush Push to stay, and the Cowboys are not included in that, and that is no surprise. Now, Jerry Jones did talk about the real reason why he wanted it banned earlier in the offseason, and for him, it was all about entertainment. The fact that fans could be interested in what we do with it. We do things, and if somebody does it really well or gets an edge, then we might take defensive or offensive adjustments. That is the discussion. Now, regarding the future of the play, it stays for 2025, but we'll see in the future. Just in May, the league had 16 votes to ban it. Now they have 22. Not enough, but they're getting closer and closer to the mark. I will say, surprisingly, the Lions voted against the ban, which, again, to me was a surprise just because I see the Lions and the Eagles potentially as the best 2 teams in the entire NFC. And you would imagine the Lions were looking at things from the perspective of, yeah, sure, let's remove that advantage that one of our top rivals has. But ultimately, I think those 10 votes that kept the Tush Push alive are probably a lot about, just being fair. And I don't think it would have been fair to remove the Tush Push. With all that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll talk to you next time.